Okay, this is the final part of the three-part tutorial on modelling and rigging a tentacle, and in this part we'll be rigging the tentacle with a bone system and IK and doing a brief animation test with it. This is the tentacle as you should have had it from the Part 2's tutorial. Hopefully yours will look better than mine. This is quite quickly done, so if all we want to do is we need to switch to the side view. Here it's registering it as front, but that's just the way I've set it up. And along this bar here, the one at the end, they call it systems. There's a bone system. If you just left click on that, and all you got to do is just click at the base, left click, all the way down the length of the tentacle. Bones presumably getting shorter as they go along, as the corners are getting tighter. And that should basically be it. You right click to finish the bone chain, and right click again to get out of the bone selection. And now the same as we did with the curve earlier, we want to move into the perspective view so that we can change it in the Z. I think the actual the tentacle should have actually been moved over. Actually, I think that actually needs to be changed in Z a bit. But basically, you can just click on one bone at a time, just move it in Z and try and center it into the actual body, so that basically you can't see it any longer. That's of course the where the tentacle gets thinner at the tip, it's going to protrude through. But the idea is to center the amount that protrudes through on each side to be equal. So it looks quite centered. It may take a little bit of tweaking. But there you can just click on the one at a time and just position it till it looks good. And see, that one's a bit out now. Just really go by the kind of the tips of the bone, really. I think the body, particularly as you move further along, the body is always going to stick out. But that's yep, that's looking pretty okay. I think. Can actually do a bit. Actually do with moving along there. Actually, try and get it centered on the both ends. Yeah. It takes a little bit of fine tuning and trying to do it as quick as possible. The 10 or 15 minute cap that YouTube has. Yeah, that looks pretty good. What we're going to do now is it's pretty much optional as to what order you do it in, whether you skin it to the mesh or whether you do the IK first. I like to just set up a IK system between the tip and the root. So if you go up to animation, IK solvers, HI solver, and click on the root, should now find, if I zoom out, that's pretty much as you want it. Quick tip here is if you hold down Alt when you right click, there's a new menu which you don't normally see, but which has a couple of interesting options for freeze transformation. If you freeze a object's transformation, you can actually do Alt right click again, and if I just show you, you can do transform to 0 and it will go back to what it was, like that. Also here, if it's a bit awkward if I click off of it, it's kind of difficult to find that IK node again, unless you go into like schematic view or something. There, I've obviously picked it up again. So what I like to do is just add a helper, point helper, to make that a bit larger. Such size. And snap that to this end bone, which is using Alt A. You can snap that to there, and then in the schematic I can parent the IK chain beneath that pointer. Oh, in that view the actual pointer looks quite large actually. Let's shrink it back down again then. Yep, about that size. So now all I've got to do is click on that, and yep, I can just animate that. Might as well actually freeze the transformation of that. Yep, that's fine. So transform to 0, yep. So last stage here is to just click on the actual tentacle and use a skin modifier to add all the bones. I think if you click the first bone you can do select children. Yeah, you need to go under select and select children, make sure that's on. As you can see, when it's just selecting the parent selects the whole thing, which is perfect. You'll see straight away you've got a great long list of bones in here. I've got 16, it doesn't really matter however many you've got. But that's basically it. You can spend a bit of time, I'll just demonstrate one. Let's just try a bit of animation to show you. Put it on 0, add a key with there, jump forward to about 20 frames, stretch out the tentacle, go through another 20 frames to frame 40, can do the transform to 0. You can see it's got a nice kind of tentacle punch or whatever it is, but you can see in places it's looking a bit, the transformations are looking a bit odd, so you can edit the envelopes is a good idea. Probably this one. Let's see. It looks okay actually. Let's try this one. Oops. Just trying to kind of where you get this kind of bump in. This isn't too bad really. But you can again take some time and kind of just basically clicking on a bone, clicking on the area of influence, these nodes here, just trying to clean it up a bit, you know. It looks okay. But yeah, again, take your time to get that looking nice. That's pretty much it. One thing you can do is obviously, if I go into schematic view, if you double click on the top item in the hierarchy, it will select the whole hierarchy, and then make sure I don't select anything else. You can right click on it and hide selection. That way it's looking a bit nicer. You can't see all the bones protruding through. Turn off the auto key. There we go. And that's pretty much it. You've got a IK system there, so you can do any sort of animation you want. You can put an alt key. You can bend down here, bend up there. It's looking quite nice when it comes up like that. If you want the animation to be a bit more precise, you could, there's 16 bones there. You could do an IK, same as before, animation IK solvers, HI solver to the 8th bone or something, and then another IK from the 8th to the 16th, so that it kind of breaks up the IK, so you're not just doing one IK from the tip to the root. Actually break it up into two places, get a bit more control over the animation. But otherwise, as a quick and easy way to do a tentacle animation, that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot.